So in the last kind of 10 years, I decided I need to learn how to make music. I've been into music my whole life. I started DJing in 1993. The music that impacted me the most, and statistically, if you look at music that impacts people the most, it's the music that they listen to from the age of 17 to 22 on average. You can usually gauge how old somebody is by asking them what are your favorite songs, and then it's between those brackets. And I grew up in the 90s listening to 90s piano house. So in the last kind of 10 years, I decided I need to learn how to, maybe more like 15 now, decided I need to learn how to make music. I'm going to buy, Ableton. I'm going to start taking piano lessons. I'm going to really dig into that. And it's not an easy thing to do. You feel like it should be easier. You're like, oh, what? They made songs on an 8-track recording. I mean, and now you have hundreds. And so I'm feeling like I'm making music. I'm getting there. And then it must have been 2 years ago to next month, I saw an ad for Musiversal, and I was like, oh, we can collaborate with people. And at that time, I think I was usually looking for singers. So I signed up, and one morning I got up and I just didn't have a song. I was like, I had Ben booked in like 2 hours. Or I had one of your singers booked in 2 hours. And I got up in the morning and I was like, who said I can't write a song? Like, who said that? Like, what? Something in my head told me that I can't write songs. It's only famous people can write songs. And I was like, okay. So I just took a song, I took the melody, and I just wrote my own song to that melody. I just sat there, and an hour later, I gave it to one of your singers, and they sung it, and bless them, they were like, it was a good song, and I knew it wasn't. But that wasn't the point. That was the start. And that must have been 2 months into using Musiversal. It gave me the idea that I could start doing this. And then from there, I've been writing and now sometimes singing my own scratches. Terrible. I'm terrible at singing. That's not the point. You can usually get the inflection and where you want it to go. You can pitch it up 6 semitones and get up there if you want a higher registry, and your singers really know and get that. And I think I've written hundreds of songs now on my hard drive, and a lot of them aren't very good, but it's getting there. And that's the point. The point was I was able to iterate, be bad, not be very good, and keep learning. And in a way, you're getting feedback from the singers because they sing it and it doesn't sound very good. And you're like, you think, well, what is that? And you can chat with them and discuss it, and they'll help you change words and change cadences and offer you, and then sing an ad lib. And you're like, oh, actually, I could have sung the chorus, because they often sing the ad libs of the chorus. Oh, I could have sung the chorus like that. Oh, that's interesting. And so that's really given me the confidence to say, well, I can tell my story, because all my songs are just my story of, a relationship thing I'm going through, a personal emotion that I'm feeling one day, or the history of my childhood. Those are the main things that I write about. And then I think, okay, that's just voice. Then having the ability to lay out a chord structure, pick a key, and then just book one of your bass players and say, I really want some like funky jazz bass underneath this. And they'll just do 3 takes for you. Just, they'll get the idea. They'll be like, oh, this is what I'm supposed to play. Yeah, I get that. And then they blow all expectation. And that's the same with, saxophone, percussion, drummers. And maybe you use all of it. Maybe you use a very small part of it. Maybe you take a small part of it and then go to a different session instrument, and you can really start to build out different parts, be inspired by, and my music becomes so much more than the sum of its part, like the me. It becomes this thing that it's supposed to be, I think. And so that, for me, it's like, what does the song speak to me? And I know that sounds like a weird thing to say, but it's like, you write the song, you write some chord structures, you get out that first initial kind of scratch, and then it starts to speak to me and tell me what I'm doing. You know, is it a more slow song? And I've written some slow songs, not that I released them yet. But then it's like, well, do I just want an acoustic guitar?
What were some of the, when you discovered Musiversal, what were some of the problems you thought you would solve with the help of an entire roster of musicians compared to maybe working with samples? Like, was it just an audio thing, like you wanted a different sound? Or was it more like just not doing it alone, as we were talking a little bit about earlier?
The things that I look for, I'm not sure I look forward to them because I didn't know them. The things that I love the most about Musiversal is live collaboration, the ability to go back and redo things, the ability to try multi-modalities. You can try someone playing the keyboard and on the lead, and then you can try the saxophone on the lead. Maybe it works out, maybe it doesn't. You're not locked into, oh, I just bought this and then that's all you get. It's an ongoing process, service that you get to experience with these people, and you start to build camaraderie between you because you book these people and you work with them, every month. They elevate what's in your mind in a way that I think would have happened if you got in the studio. You know, if you booked a studio and you booked these session people to come in and work with you in the studio, they'd be like, oh, I like that, but what about if we did this kind of bass on it? Or, oh, I like that, but we could do this on the keyboard. Or, I do. Oh, what you did on the keyboard was good, but what about if we did this with the sax lead on it? And that's what you're getting. You're basically getting a studio session every month. And I think that's the part that I really love about it. It elevates my music and pushes me to be better, to work harder on what I'm bringing to the table. And then they elevate it to another level.
Okay, I'll see ya.
See ya.
Bye.